What up, Doe?
What up, Reg? How we doing, baby?
What up, Jay?
Man, chilling, chilling. How you, bro? What's the
Man,
word?
I'm good, man. We back in this thing, man. We look. I I'm I'm super excited this morning, man. We normally we normally shoot our podcast, our episodes and that sort of thing in the evening time, and we up
Yeah,
bright and
yeah.
early this morning
Emergency
getting it
pod,
done.
emergency pod. Got to get it done, man. Hey, man, we got we got the big news. We got what we've been looking for the last 3 weeks or so. Man, LeBron has chosen a team, and I'm gonna start off by saying again. I told you so. I
I know where you're
told you
going. I
so.
know where you're
I
going.
told you so. You listen, you on some Miami Heat. I told you it was gonna be, I told you it looked like Philly. And I told you that it was gonna fit. You had some strong takes on it not working for Philly. It- Help me
Well,
out with that. What's
well, I
going
can still
on?
stand on those takes because they ain't played the game.
Nah, but no. You can't see how that don't fit, dog.
Well, first of all, Jason, I wanna ask you first of all. I mean, do you have Rich Paul on speed dial? Do you have Nick Nurse on speed dial? Do you have Jalen Brown on speed dial? Because you, along with maybe four other people, thought that he was going to Philly. The consensus that it was going to be the Miami, Cleveland, or Golden State. So you
Hmm.
had all this privy information. Where do you get the privy information from?
Man,
Help me
chill
with
out.
that one.
You know I ain't got it. Now I played spades with Rich before. Don't play with me.
See what I'm saying? And you did
Yeah,
share that.
yeah. Now, so don't play with me. But no, I had no information. But nah, man, when you boil it all the way down, he, of course, I was talking about my wants. I wanted to see him play and go to state so he can play with Steph. I wanted to see him play in Miami because he played with Giannis. But when you
Yeah.
look at it, hey man, you are not you weren't going to get him at Golden State because the West is too tough. To get out of the West, you got to go against San Antonio and OKC, right? Man, that ain't happen. You ain't
Minnesota.
beating. Okay, but it's certain rooms. I would say they're a playoff team, but they not that, in my opinion. But man, you're not going to go to state, so you X them out. I don't think that Cleveland.
Is the
I don't
East
think he fit.
not just as tough, Jay? I mean, help me out. Is the East not just as tough?
No, it's not as tough. It's not as tough as the West. Now that Giannis is
Okay, so
back,
Miami, Cleveland, New
Boston,
York, and Boston.
Boston isn't what they were, right? Without Jalen Brown. You got to remember they lost
Okay.
Jalen Brown, right? They not that no more. They are
Yeah.
top 6 seed, something like that. They're not upper echelons. So East is gonna be New York Knicks. Um, it's gonna be
Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat. But again, Miami doesn't have the guard play right now. You see what I'm saying? And then going taking Braun over there, that would have made him a 3-2-1 or a 1-3. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, position wise. And I don't
So
think
do
Ron,
we forget? Let me ask you this here: do we forget that the Pacers were a finals team 2 years ago before
man,
Halliburton got hurt?
cancel that,
I'm just asking.
cancel that. They ain't got Miles Turner no more. They got Miles
I'm just
Turner,
asking.
and then some of the stuff that they had, they don't have it. What's my man's name? I forget names sometimes, but nah, I don't even know if they're a playoff team, Reg.
Okay. Okay. Give me. Here's where I here. And here's the thing about it. Here's where we agree. We're both LeBron fans. Let's just start with
Yep,
that. We've said that
yep.
ad nauseum on this pod that we're
Best of
both
all time.
LeBron fans.
Best of all time.
Best
I
of
don't
all
want to
time.
argue.
So we
I
go
don't want to
we
argue with people. Like, let me stop. Let me do this right here. I ain't arguing with nobody of no more about LeBron and Mike, because it don't go nowhere. Because like you're not changing people's minds. You talking about a guy,
yes.
Reg? He's gonna go to Philly, and he's gonna play the Draymond Green role. Draymond Green arguably could have been top 75 of all time, but let's just say he top 125 of all time. He's going to be a better
Right.
Draymond Green than Draymond Green is, right? At his peak. You see what I'm saying? And he got some Magic Johnson in him. So he's had a career where he was a wing, he played guard, he played the four, he's played the five, and now he's gonna go and play the Draymond Green role, facilitating and doing all that stuff. You mean to tell me you think there's somebody better than that for this long? So man, I ain't
I
arguing with
mean,
nobody.
I'm
Respect the
speaking the
mic.
same thing. All the more
Yeah,
reason why you
yeah,
all the more reason why you say he's the best, because you there's nobody else that's capable of doing what you
yeah,
say he's capable of doing. So he's going, I'm not saying dumb his game down, but he's going to play a Draymond Green type role after being the alpha, after being the star, after being the man.
yeah.
And we're still talking about a guy that's in year 24.
24,
We'll be
24.
going into
And so
year 24.
I think and what gets me to where I get to where I be a little pissed off with people is because now people just want to throw shots. Like you want to downgrade what he does, or you want to throw shots at him personally. It's like, man, why we got to do that? It's two black men. Why I ain't gonna say nothing negative about Mike. All I'll say
Yeah.
is there's somebody out there better than him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to diss, one of my young homies, man. I ain't gonna call his name out, man.
You
I
don't have
love
to
him to
hate one
death.
to like the next one.
Yeah, yeah, I love him to death, man. And so we have these conversations via text about certain things, and that's one of the topics. And he's a Mike guy, and I'm a LeBron guy, and everything he says is dissing LeBron. Hey man, I'm done. We ain't got to argue about this no more, man. Nah, we straight, we straight.
And here's the thing about it. I heard somebody say this, and I'm gonna this gonna be a twofold thing. I heard somebody say this. Um, this generation, and even the generation before, hasn't seen a better player. He's the best player of this generation that the
Yep,
generation has ever seen.
he's done it over 3 decades.
Secondly, he's done over 3 decades. He's working on decade number 3 of being the
Yeah,
best player in
yeah.
the NBA.
And if not the best player, let's
And
say top three. Let's say top three if you want to be fair. Who's
that's
done that
yeah,
over 3 decades?
yeah.
Right. So, but back
So
to the decision. Go ahead, Rich. My bad.
my bad. How does that fit? How does that fit in Philly? I have my reservations, and we spoke about it on the pod last time about it just not being enough balls. Pause
Pause.
for
Damn, that's bad.
for Joel, for MB. I'm on my second cup of coffee. For MB, for Jaylen Brown, for Tyrese Maxey, for VJ Escombe. And from what I'm hearing you saying, you seeing a role of LeBron being a Draymond Green, a facilitator, a rebounder, a defender on this team.
Yeah. Reggie, it's basketball and putting together teams is like chess, right? You can't have a team full of and one particular type player. You got to have different people to do different things. I've heard great coaches refer to it as like it's a bus and it's certain seats you got to have people in. You got to get the right people on the bus, and then you got to get those people in the right seats, right? Everybody can't be the scorer.
Right.
Everybody can't be the you know this particular person. Somebody got to be the energy guy. Somebody got to be the good vibes guy. Somebody got to be the guy that makes everybody laugh, to keep everything all in sync, right? And so, Reg, when you look at what LeBron is lacking, let's talk about what he's lacking. I don't think he has the legs to last an entire season playing high level. That to me takes out Miami because he would have to do a lot of the guard stuff, scoring off the dribble. He'd had to do a lot of that because when you got Bam and you got Giannis and when you got Bobby Portis, you got your big sewn up, right? You don't need another big. You might need a backup five for somebody gets hurt for a while. But now that pushes LeBron to the three position and maybe even the point. And so when you look at it from the Philly standpoint, I think as players, really good players get older, you need dynamic young people to take the ball, to take the responsibility of pushing the pace and being able to score without me being down the floor every single time. Let me rebound the ball, kick it ahead, and you go get it done. And so when you look at them, they got the young legs with Maxi, with Edgecombe, like, and then they still on rookie contracts, so they no, not Maxi is no rookie contract, but Edgecombe still is. But Rich, they're gonna
Maxey making
guard at a
40 million.
respect. So they're gonna guard at a high level. They're gonna compete at a high level. And I don't think the ego is there yet. Now you got a bona fide star in Jaylen Brown, who on in transition, he's gonna score at a high clip. And then peep this, you ain't even talked about LeBron and Embiid. So regular season, Reg, we running and gunning. Let's get out, go. Guys can sit down. Bron can sit down. And B can sit down. And now we can run and we can score in transition. We can get things we need to get done. Fourth quarter, and then when playoff time come, man, you put the ball in LeBron's hand. Slow the game down. Because that's what happened in the playoff, right, Reg? The game gets slowed down,
Most times,
right?
it
And
slows
so
down.
now,
The game
now
slows
LeBron.
down.
Now we can run when we need to, and then also when it's time to slow it down, and you need somebody to nitpick and find the matchups and do this and that and other. Man, who better than LeBron to do it? And he's getting guarded by a 4 or a 5, right? Yeah.
Who's gonna be responsible for defining the roles, or the roles gonna define themselves? Because you got some alphas in there. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at a guy like Tyrese Maxey that averaged his career high almost 29 points a game.
Hmm.
You looking at a guy like Jaylen Brown that's got a chip on his shoulder. Let's just be honest. He's one of the top 10 players in the NBA, and he got traded to a competitor in the same league. Totally
Yeah.
disrespected. So he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder as well. Another 28 points per game scorer. Then you got a Joel Embiid that still has something to prove, because here's the thing about it. He was part of what they call the process. Trust the process.
Yeah.
So Philly invested the process in Joel Embiid, and now you're saying, I'm bringing in Jaylen Brown, I'm bringing in the GOAT, and you're going to take a back seat. When I've been trust the process, I've been Philly's supposedly saving son, even though I can't play 40 games a year.
Yeah.
Last 3 seasons he hadn't played 40 games.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you going to define his role as, I need you to play uh, maybe 50 games, but every third game or every fourth game you take off. We keep you healthy to the playoffs, and we roll the dice and we see what happens at the end. And then you got to think about this here. You had a rookie that had a promising rookie year in
Yeah.
BJ Edgecombe. He definitely is going to have to take a back seat. I mean, a complete back seat. He's going to get more. Now, here's the thing about it. It may be a win-win, because he's going to get more open shots than anybody.
Hmm. Hmm.
His percentage, if he gets in the gym and shoots probably 2 or 3 thousand spot up 3-point corner 3-point shots a day, and ups his percentage, I mean, he could be he could be the difference in that particular situation. Because I mean, I've heard from, what I'm saying, I've heard quotes from Allen Iverson, I've heard quotes from Don Staley. These are local Philadelphians. It's championship or bust, Jay. Championship or bust.
Yeah. So again, Reg, we talk about seats on the bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the video of how elated Maxie was about getting LeBron? You see that?
Absolutely, I did.
Also,
I did.
also, also, like, dude, from what I see, and I don't know him personally, I've never met him, blah, 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 blah. But all my years of watching Brian, man, he's a magnet. We talked about the seats on the bus. He's gonna bring the laughter. He's gonna bring the jokes. He's gonna bring the lightheartedness, especially if he ain't got to do all the heavy lifting. Right, man, them cats gonna love playing with dude. Do you think he coming in there on some, I gotta shoot 25 shots? Nah, he gonna bring everybody together. And so what happens with a Jaylen Brown, hopefully, if he's smart, hey man, you don't have to do everything. You still getting all the props, you still getting all the love. You're our best player in a sense, but you don't have to do everything now. Now everything ain't gotta be dribble, dribble, tween, cross, pick and roll action. You got the ball in your hands. That ball can pop. That ball can move. And then now we damn near can do the USA team stuff to everybody because they're talented like that. Embiid, Nah, man, he played 35 games last year, which was the most he played
30,
in like the
38
last 2
games.
years. Yeah,
38
38
games.
games, which was
Mm-hmm.
the most he
Mm-hmm.
played in the last 2, 3 years.
Yeah.
Now you just play, man. Let's play 42, 45 games, right? Just enough to
Yeah.
stay in shape, just enough to
Yeah.
make sure we got some continuity because you don't have to do it
Right.
all now. Now the responsibility gets spread around to where all the heavy lifting ain't one place. And if you got somebody like LeBron who is a freaking master at another thing, which is facilitating. I don't understand the argument anymore. He's a master at facilitating, right? Where he passes you open. He's Magic Johnson passing the ball. I just don't see where.
My argument is my
Mm-mm.
argument is that it's just it seems clunky and clogged to me. Now again, am I gonna be tuning in to Philadelphia 76ers games?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Because I'm a LeBron James fan. Me and my mom will probably sit down and watch some games because she is a
Hmm.
LeBron James fan and she is the one that
Shout out Miss
introduced
Judy.
me to sports. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Miss Judy.
She was
Did
the
she
one that
did she introduce you to that whole?
introduced me to
Wait,
sports.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I introduced you to sports. We got to get back to that. But
She
hey, bro,
introduced
this
me to
is morning
sports.
time.
She
This
did.
this is morning time. I'm
Yep.
yeah. I'm not at the crib. It's morning
Yep.
time.
You're
So
not at the crib.
you wake up. You wake up and you decide to put a whole Razorback outfit on in the morning. That's what we doing, dog. I'm talking about the hat,
Well, here's
the jersey. Do you got the shorts on too, man? Hey man, help me
I
out.
don't have the shorts on. I don't have the shorts on.
What we doing
I was
here?
actually I was actually watering my grass this morning, Jay, because I don't know whether it's gonna rain or not. So I just threw on
What?
something and went outside to water the grass. And then when we said we was gonna get on the emergency pod, it just all fit. I just threw a hat on.
Hey man, you put that, you had that hanging up in your closet. You said, "Oh, I'm finna kill them with this today.
I'm
I'm
finna
finna
throw
kill
this
them."
on. I'm
Hey
finna
man,
throw
I
this
ain't boy,
on.
you and this
I'm
Razorback
watering the
stuff.
grass this morning.
Yeah, yeah. But man, my bad. Going back to LeBron and all that stuff, man. Rich, I just think it's not clunky because I think he's willing to get out of the way. I don't think this is a 25 point per game average for LeBron year. I think this is 17 to 19 points a game. He'll probably average 8, 9, 10 assists. You know what I'm saying? Like 8, 9, 10 rebounds. He could damn near do a triple double type thing, or be really close to that. Like I said, the higher version of Draymond Green, and you got other guys. Now I think they need a backup big. I think they need a backup big for when Embiid is out
They
because
got a
LeBron.
backup big. They got a backup big. They got a backup big. He's a
Talk to me.
defensive guy. I mean, I don't know that you remember the in the playoffs last year. He actually played pretty well as Aiden Bona,
Hmm.
big guy from I think he's a rookie. Maybe came from UCLA, but I mean
Okay.
he's serviceable, rim
Okay,
protector.
well, hey man, get it done, get it done.
Yeah,
So with him,
yeah.
they need that, and then you need some more shooting, right? I think you need some knockdown shooters, that can just play a taste of defense. If that's a Clay, whether that's a league minimum type guy, so where you can switch it out, because you got to remember, Embiid can shoot the ball. Now you don't want him, you don't want him shooting 1,000
Hmm.
shots. You kind of want him doing what Cat did. I think Cat. Um, change it up for a lot of people because now you can do more by doing less. We don't have to play through
Cat
you
surprised me
like
with his
that.
role this year. Cat
Yeah,
surprised me
but
with his role. Mike
that
Brown put
allowed
him
Jalen Brown to do his
in
thing. Jalen Brunson, my
absolutely.
bad.
Jalen Brunson. But Jay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe you didn't study the roster as much as I've studied the roster because again, I got a little excited. Even though I still have some reservations about him playing in Philly, I like to see it. But when you say shooting, they do have some shooting. They did sign Anthony Simons, so he's going to be a viable second unit guy that can make shots. He definitely can make shots.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
drafted LeBaron
XCOM can
Fowler.
make shots. XCOM can make shots,
It
right? I'm talking about a shooter, a knockdown shooter.
okay,
Just because a cat can make a
okay.
shot, don't mean he's a knockdown shooter.
So you saying that you don't think Philly's done? They're gonna bring in
Yeah.
a Clay or Duncan Robinson, something like that.
I think a veterans minimum type guy, KCP,
right?
somebody like that. You know, there was talks yesterday. If Bron makes this a 1 year deal, you can do a 1 and 1 that allow Philly to
Yeah,
go out and get another person like KCP or something like that. And so you think about that
yeah.
type of player who's going to guard at a high level, and then he doesn't have to have the ball to do those things. He can just be a corner guy. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like that
I
that
think they
doesn't
got it
need
already.
who.
I think they got it already. And Dean Wade.
I like him. I
You
like
may
him.
not know who Dean Wade is, but
I like him.
Dean Wade is a sniper. They got him from
Yeah,
Cleveland, and
I like
he's
him.
one of those ones that can. I mean, he can knock down shots. I mean, I think that here's the thing about it. Um, there was some behind the scenes things going on with this Philly thing. Uh, Philly actually, the general manager that was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, is the weirdest thing, is now Philly's general manager, which is one of the reasons why you get a Dean Wade from Cleveland.
Yeah,
And you end up signing a LeBron James when Cleveland was one of his, because Cleveland didn't do anything. Cleveland hadn't done nothing in the off season but lose Dean
yeah,
Wade and miss out on the LeBron James sweepstakes and lose that general manager.
yeah.
All
And
of
they
them
got
in
Malik
one.
Thomas. They got your boy.
Yeah, and they got Malik Thomas.
They got your
He did a
boy.
little
So don't
something
be
in
like
off
they ain't,
season.
don't be like they ain't did
Smart man.
nothing. Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
but
Reds. No,
smart
they. I
man.
don't. That's why I thought Cleveland didn't have a chance, man, because it just didn't. It didn't feel. It didn't look right, man. He didn't. Cleveland didn't seem like it was enough. I don't think he fits with James Harden. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't
Because what is
sexy
James Harden?
enough.
What is James Harden without the ball in his hands? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now Donovan Mitchell is even more without the ball in his hands. I just didn't think that fit. Golden State didn't fit. So it became down to, in my eyes, Miami and Philly. And in Miami, I think he'd had to do too much in terms of ball handling. I think in Philly, it fits perfect. It's a perfect fit, right? Because
Well,
Maxey is going to run, Edgecombe is going to run, Jalen Brown is going to run. And then when it comes time, when the game gets in the nut cut time, what we used to call the old school, man, you got the pieces, man. When was the last time somebody stopped Joel Embiid?
he's unstoppable if he's healthy. He's
Come on,
unstoppable.
man.
I mean, he
And
proved that in the
we don't need you
playoffs.
in the regular season. We don't need you in the regular season to do what you're doing. And then if you're not going, we got this dude named LeBron James, right? And we got Jalen Brown. He averaged 28, 29 last year. Yeah, that's too much, bro.
But what version of Embiid will we get? Here's the thing about it. You bring in a Jalen Brown. He's an absolute savant, one of the smartest people, probably one of the smartest people in the NBA. He's a
Yep,
hard worker. You
yep,
bring in a LeBron James, another hard worker.
yep.
Are we
Tyrese
gonna get
Maxey.
a version of Joel Embiid, a hard worker, Tyrese Maxey, exactly? Are we gonna get a
Hmm.
Joel Embiid that's going to come in the best shape possible to make a championship run? Because again, you look at that roster. The roster doesn't win unless you have a healthy and effective Joel Embiid in the playoffs, in my opinion.
Correct, correct. But it doesn't have
Are
to
we
be.
going to be able to get 17 to 20 games out of him in the playoffs?
With it being every other night and then every 2 and 3 nights, I think you can. And and then I think you got to be smart. Now, don't forget, Reg, you got a championship level coach, and Nick Nurse is coaching the team, right? So
Okay.
game ones, game ones, Joel Embiid might not play. If we win game one and then win game two, and we're up 3-1, he might not play game five, right? Just to give him
Right.
that rest. You know what I'm saying? Now if we're down 0-2, then yeah, all guns blazing. But if
Yeah.
you catch yourself in a
Yeah.
situation where let's say they're not the higher ranked team and they're playing on the road, well, they end up splitting the series, 1-1 on the road. So now they coming back to Philly with the next two in Philly.
Right.
You might not play him one of those ones, right? To
Right.
give him some days of rest because you feel like, man, we've already done our thing by getting one on the road, right? So man, I think it can be played. You can play some chess with it.
Okay. Definitely gonna have to be some chess. But I just think that if and I, I've already started saying we, if we can get
Nah, you don't
if
rock with
we
Philly,
can
man.
get
Nah.
I've
You don't
already
rock with
started
Philly.
saying
Mm-mm.
we.
Yeah, yeah, nah.
If we could get a healthy Embiid for the playoffs, and when I say as
Yeah.
healthy as he can be, and just have him at full strength for, like I say, 15 to 17 games, then you because here's the thing about it. I mean, yes, LeBron signed a 2-year deal, 1 year with a 1 year option, and signed for the minimum.
Yep.
Imagine that. Sign for the million for the minimum $4 million,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and with the expectations to come back in 27, 28. And what's stopping them from winning 2 in a row? Barkley feels
I
like
don't
this. Barkley,
yeah.
talk to me.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead. I think that they can I think that that's possible. But go ahead.
Barkley was quoted on Stephen A. Smith as basically saying that if Bron comes to Philly and Philly wins back-to-back championships, it's no doubt he's the GOAT.
Yeah. Yeah. But see,
It's nothing else
and
you can say.
respect to Chuck, and I love Chuck. One of my favorite players at a particular point in time in my life. But
Yeah.
man, I'm done with that. If he does this, if people always continue to set the bar out, they move the goalpost, so they move the carrot a little further down. Man, if he does this, if he beats this team, if he beats KD's Houston's team in the first round in their full strength, and he only has him, then nah, man, we ain't doing that no more. Nah, yeah, it ain't no more. If he does, nobody
Yeah.
who's holding that lantern to be able to say if he does. That's just somebody else's opinion. And this is me saying he's the best is just my opinion. But when you stack all of it up, man, and when you get out of this whole hating culture of you can't be better than my heroes just because they were my heroes and ain't nothing you can do. Um, Going back to my homeboy, he'll know who I'm talking about when I say this. But because I told him, I said, man, our heroes can be passed. And so he was like,
Yeah.
well, you say that about Bron passing Mike, but in terms of Jay-Z, you won't let Drake pass Jay-Z. And I'm like, you right,
Oh shucks.
but you
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
different. Like you can't. But and then so I had to digress to. I respect that. I'll
Yeah.
never be able to say Drake is better than Jay because Jay
Right.
just we damn near grew up, with him. You ascended, your life changed with him. So the stories
Mm-hmm.
kind of mirror. Of course, I ain't, yeah, it is what it is. But I get it. But with LeBron, with Mike, is number one in scoring, top 10 in this, top five in this, top, every statistical category, and to have done it over 30, 24 years, 3 decades.
24 years.
Man, what we talking about,
24
man? What
years.
we
I
talking?
mean,
What we talking about?
what we talking about?
Adam
I
Silver is
agree.
so
I agree. I agree with you
held
on that
up
one.
the guy. Adam Silver held up the NBA freaking schedule being put out for this dude at 42.
Right.
At 42,
Yeah. Yeah.
he got three or four teams on pause for him. And if he goes to any one of those three or four teams, they're now instant title contenders. At
They automatically
42.
become they automatically become a contender.
Man, what we talking about, man?
They
I
automatically
ain't
become a
you can't
contender.
yeah,
Yeah.
we ain't arguing no more. I ain't got time. I ain't got time.
That's real. That's real. I'm gonna put up this graphic, Jay, because one of the things that LeBron was quoted as saying is that this is his last decision, meaning
Yeah.
this is it. So, do you think he plays 1 year, wins the championship, and walks out into the sunset, or does he? If they win, does he go back and try to play again? Does he fulfill this 2 year contract?
Yeah, if he wins this year, he playing. You can't turn down the opportunity to get the six. You can't turn down the opportunity to get the
Yeah,
six. Everybody, one of the arguments that people always talk about is, man, 4 championships versus 6 championships, right? Respect.
yeah,
But if he goes and wins it this year, you gotta go, try to for the 6-1. I think he's gonna do it anyway. I just think he loves the game that much. But I think if he wins it
Yeah,
this year, it's an absolute for sure. And then also too, Reg, somebody else is gonna come play over there. He's that
yeah,
magnetic. He's
yeah.
that people want to come play with dude. Like you want to go and be involved in that, man. He's a guy, he's a superstar that's willing to pass the basketball. Right? You wouldn't
And
get you
taking a
wouldn't
$4 million contract can help that.
yeah, yeah.
Because
So
I'm looking at these salaries, and I'm not pocket watching. I'm looking at these salaries. Joel Embiid, 58 million. Jaylen Brown, 57 million. Tyrese Maxey, 40 million. Then everybody else is
mhm.
pretty much around the 2 million, 3 million, 4 million type deal. Probably got a little room to maybe, like you say, outside of a Dean Wade and Anthony Simons, maybe add another shooter, maybe add another rebounder or something like that, defensive player. I mean, this is a dynamic defensive team, in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
Maxey could probably be better on defense, but Edgecombe is a dog on defense. Jaylen Brown can be a dog on defense.
absolute dog on
And
defense.
yeah, and when healthy, Embiid is he's an anchor. He's an anchor down low. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Rim protect. I mean, you don't just run in there if Embiid's in there because he can rim protect, and you got to Aiden Bone off the bench. Like I said, I think they may need just a little bit more punch off the bench. Not sure what you're going to get from a rookie, LeBaron Fallon.
Nah, you can't count
I
on
mean,
that.
Anthony Simons is a proven pro. Yeah, he's a proven pro. Dean Wade is a proven pro. So those will probably be your catalysts off the bench. They also signed Caleb Love, which I liked Caleb Love last year. He played a lot in Portland, had some big moments in Portland, so forth and so on. So he'll be another one, Jason, that I forgot that will be one of those ones that could come off the bench and add some scoring and some shooting.
Shout out St. Louis.
Add some
Shout out
scoring and
Mike
some shooting.
Cross. Yeah, shout out Mike Cross out of St. Louis and all those guys.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Caleb
There you
Love, big
go.
time. But I don't, in my opinion, Reg, some of those type guys, and no disrespect, but you're talking about championship level basketball, right? We ain't just talking about being in the
Yeah.
league. We ain't just talking about, on a good team having good moments. The lights are bright, you know what I'm saying, when you playing with LeBron. Like instantly, Philly is gonna be on TV 2 times a week now. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
gonna be,
That's why the schedule
so
is being held up because they're gonna
yeah,
be on the Christmas game.
so you can't I don't think you can count on rookies right now at that level of basketball. The Tyrese Maxey's, the VJ Combs, I know he's a second year guy, but his role will be diminished so much that I think he'll be able to star in that role. And then when guys are
Yeah.
sitting out, whether that be LeBron or whether that be Jaylen Brown or even Embiid, then his role will be able to be adjusted. But man, right now, I think guys push back. You mentioned the Christmas games. Oh, me and Joshua, my middle boy,
Yeah.
uh, I'll always remember where I was at, when Bron made the decision because he come running in there. He said,
Yeah.
"We Sixers now, Dad." And so I said, "What?" And so he was like, "LeBron just announced it." And so we just kind of laughed and joked about that, man. But nah, man, Rich, I don't I think that with the scheduling, what's it gonna look like when freaking it's Philly at Boston? Jaylen Brown gonna go in there and light that Reg,
There go your
Jaylen Brown
Christmas
gonna go in
game
there and
right there.
light that place up, man. Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
horrible. Like, and I love Jason
Yeah.
Tatum, but oh, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
What about Philly in New York in Madison Square Garden for Christmas?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
You know,
several
or Philly in
primetime
San
games.
Antonio,
Yeah, Philly and OKC, right?
or Philly in
Philly and the
OKC.
Lakers. Yeah.
There you go. Philly and the
Yeah, it's
Lakers
it's
for
several
Christmas. So
games. It's
there's a
several
lot of
games
different
that make it make
options.
sense. Yeah, yeah,
Philly in Miami. You know, there's gonna. I
yeah.
mean, that's gonna be some decision making. They're probably sitting down right now trying to figure out something as far as this Christmas Day schedule, just to
hmm
maximize that deal. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
again,
I bet.
that's the magnitude of of a decision like this here, because you basically, I mean, you basically took a chokehold on the day in sports. I mean, today is actually the WNBA All Star game, but I mean, it hadn't been much said about it because everything's been about LeBron and his decision to be a Philadelphia
Yeah,
76er.
yeah, yeah. I think that Reg, you with him, I think you got to go and get the information out there, because the longer you wait,
Yeah,
the more likely somebody gonna leak something, and then now you don't get the bang for your buck. I hate that it happened, on the skirts of the WNBA, but it is what it is. It didn't happen on the day of the All-Star game. It was the weekend, so you know, we're all talking about basketball.
so does does Philly do something to try to get Bronny over there, or are they going Bronny's going to stay in LA?
I think you let Bronny
I'm
swim.
selfishly okay. I'm gonna give you my scenario here in a minute.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I I I selfishly would like to see him just go ahead and them find a way to find a spot for him in Philly, and that would open up a spot for my guy Nick Smith Jr. With the LA Lakers, because I think he's without a team right now.
Really? Now, didn't they sign him? Didn't they sign him for the rest
So
of the year?
okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think
They
that
signed
would
him for the
open
rest
up
of the
something,
year.
and I may be
Yeah,
wrong, but
yeah,
yeah, I may be wrong, but I think that would open up a spot for somebody like a Nick Smith Jr. To have an opportunity in LA, because I think he just kind of got there on the late ends of that sort of thing and didn't get a fair shake in LA. I'm hoping something
yeah.
like that maybe opens up for him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
Bronny was to go to Philly with his dad, I think that would open up a roster spot for somebody like a Nick Smith Jr. In my opinion.
If that
I'm selfish like that. I
if
will
that
always
was
ride with the home team.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, Bronny need to come on over to Philly if that opens up the spot for Nick Smith. If that doesn't have anything to do with it, if it's just about Bronny and then we exclude Nick Smith, I'd want him to try to fly by himself right now if I'm dad, because mom, Savannah and them are still in LA, so you still got your base there, right? You got your base sitting right there. Now, if it gets sketchy in LA, I can always make the call to say, get my son over here, because
There you go.
if you continuously pull him where you are and he doesn't get a chance to fly, well, in 2 years, 3 years max, when you done, is he done? You see what I'm saying? So he needs to be able to show some
Yeah,
flashes of being able to do it, being able to fly without you. Because if again, like I said, if you just make it happen and ramrod it and make him come over there with Philly with you, then you never know what people are gonna think. Can he play without you? So I think you roll the dice and let him stay in LA. You let him make his bones about himself in LA, and hopefully it turns out well. If it don't, I can always say, no, get my son here. Trade deadline, you can always say, get my
yeah.
son there here. Yeah.
Find his own traction.
Yep.
Find his own traction. Speaking of home team, this is a good opportunity for us to segue. Speaking of home team, first of all, Jason, again, where are you? Because last week when we shot the pod, you was in Dallas. The week before that, you was
Yep.
in Nebraska, and
Yep.
I'm assuming again you're not at the crib.
No, I ain't at the crib, man. I ain't at the crib. So my middle boy Josh, man, he plays on the Puma circuit. I think it's next pro
Okay,
or something like that, man.
gotcha.
So we're in
Nice work.
Orlando. We're in Orlando. We've been here since Tuesday. With the
Oh
fam,
wow.
just getting it done, man. They played 2 games. First game they lost. Man, he ended up, man. He ended up leading the team in scoring. First game they ended up getting smacked
Right.
by 15, something like that. But I had a decent game. Second game we came out, man, played really well. They ended up winning by 20. He ended up having his career high of 22. So he's
Mm-hmm.
he's elated. he come over there and got the biggest twinkle in his eye, because he's putting the ball in the basket now. And I said, shit, you had 22. He came and told me how many he had. I said, well, you could have had 32 because he missed like 5 damn layups. So,
Oh wow.
you know, but you know what I'm saying? Nah, he's getting better. He's working, man. We were talking earlier on in this band right here. Hey man, yeah, Reg, let me tell you this, bro. We had a we
I can only imagine. Talk to me, Jay.
I brought the whole fam, right? Last year and
Right.
previous years before, there's a lot of stuff I ain't had to worry about. I ain't had to worry about
Yeah,
hotel. I had to worry about flight. I ain't had to worry about admission to the gyms.
that's
A
real.
lot of stuff just gets taken care of when you got a top
Yeah.
kid, right? A lot of stuff gets taken care of. Well,
Yeah.
Josh was trying to find his traction. I think he got a chance to be really, really good. Well, I got the whole fam.
Right.
It's a bet amongst our family of how much the weekend pass is gonna be, Reg, right? And so
Right.
talking
You're
to
in
my youngest boy,
Orlando too, right?
yeah, talking to my youngest boy, he say, uh, $45. I say, shit, I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over on that. He's like, 45, you think I'm gonna charge more than $45? So the wife and my old youngest son was just, oh, it'll probably be about $45, $50. I said, I'll take the over on the 50 too.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're gonna take the
we get
over.
there. Yeah, I'm taking the over. I'm taking
Yeah.
over by a lot. Man, we get there. He's 12. And so first thing I go in, I say is, how much is the kids, the students weekend pass? I got two
Yeah.
adults, one kid. And he says,
Right.
it's 65. And so I say, see, so I won. I said, well, I got two adults and one kid. How much is the kid, right? Because I'm thinking the 65
Yes.
was for the adults, right? He said the
Right.
65
Right.
is for the kid. And so I look and he points at this sheet of paper that they got standing up. Man, do you
Yeah.
know it was 65 for the kid? 65.99. So that means it's tax included too. So that's $70. Hey man, this band right here was 99.99.
No way, Jay.
With tax, this month was
No.
like 107. 107, dog.
For the weekend pass.
For the 107 for me. That ain't include, man. I think
For
we spend
you.
like 187. I mean, I'm sorry, no, 287 for these bands. I said, boy, if you
Oh my
lose this pass,
God.
if Cat lose this band, yeah,
You sleeping with
you gonna
that.
sit
You sleeping with that.
outside. You gonna sit outside. You gonna sit outside. We'll watch it without you.
So Jay, that's when you have to do one of them deals, and this I can remember back when we were doing fairs and Liberty Land and stuff, like when we was kids or whatever. That's when you turn
Yeah,
from 12 to 6.
man,
Justin
I'm
needed
telling
to
you.
be 6 all over again.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But see, he is the
You
one.
need to come in there on your
You,
knees, Justin.
hey, pause. But he's the one where you know how
Pause.
you had a kid where you tell him you 11, and they'll be like, "No, I'm 12."
Yeah,
He's the one
yeah.
that'll do that. You had to boy, I
Now I'm
see it. Boy, I see it. You talking through your goddamn teeth. But nah, man, Justin really can't
12.
pass for 13 or 12, man. He really looked like he 14,
Yeah, yeah,
15.
yeah, yeah.
Big boy.
That's
But
real.
man,
That's
nah,
real.
and it didn't matter. Shit, you could have been 7 and had to pay 65.99. I think it was 6 and
And
below.
pay $65.
Five, man, it's
Wow.
70 because the tax. But man, nah, man.
That's that's the thing about it. Jay, I'm gonna say this here. That's the thing about some of that stuff that's ridiculous. Because here's the thing about it, and it's levels, and and
Yeah, it is.
and
It's
and I'll
levels.
say this here too. Puma's getting their traction with the next pro and that sort of thing. But I went to 2 different EYBL sessions, and a day's pass wasn't more than $15. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
we went to
It was
Memphis
ten
and we paid
dollars. It's
$15
$10.
to get in the gym.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
10 or
Well,
15, that's what I'm saying. So that's just one of those things, man, that you look at that and you go somewhere and you paying $65 for a kid for a weekend pass. Come on, bro. Come on now.
and
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 $100
and
for
on
for adults.
let me make sure I'm saying it clear. It was $100 for me, $100
Uh-huh.
for the wife, and
Yeah.
65 for him, right?
Yep.
Not to mention on the first day, since we got here early, on that Wednesday, we didn't have games, so we went
Yeah.
to the beach. So peep this. Wave
Yeah.
come through, knock his glasses off. His glasses in the ocean right now somewhere. So he can't even see the game. He can't
Look,
even see the game. I said, hey man, you really
Sonny the
probably
Shark got his glasses on.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, you really probably could just be at the room right now. You ain't doing no, you don't want them to play your game
We
anyway.
gonna,
So you probably could.
Justin, we gonna let you. Yeah, we gonna let
You
you
gonna
stay
let you
at the
stay at
room.
the room, man. You really can't. I'm like, can you see his number right there? He like, I can't see his number. I'm like, you really
Oh,
probably
sure.
could be at the house. You could be at the.
So
But nah,
Jay,
Reg, I look at it. I
you
look
one of
at.
them dads.
Go ahead.
I say you one of them dads that hell, if you say I'm gonna have to pay $100 to get in here, I'm watching 8 games. I'm
Man,
being there all day. I'm watching all 8 games.
if I wasn't here with the family, I would for sure. I would for sure. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll just
cats
be
be wanting
sitting
to
in
get
the
out and
gym.
go
Be sitting
go
in the
move
gym.
around, man. But now
Yeah,
going back to that Nike, I got a lot of respect for what Nike does. To Nike, EYBL, I
yeah,
think is their nonprofit. I think EYBL is actually a
yeah.
501(c)(3), if I'm not mistaken. And so that's really it's EYBL is really just a commercial. It's really just a place where
There you
they
go.
gather all the top talent, most of the top talent, and then they put on a show with their logos and all that type shit, Red. So it's actually it's a marketing tool, right? And so I
Yeah,
doubt that Nike makes any money off EYBL because it's being put back into the kids. Man, my kid got so many pair
yeah,
of Kobe's, and again, when your kid is one of the elite kids, it's different things, it's different rooms that they go in that just because you in the EYBL, you don't just get a chance to go in. It's different things that happen, different doors that are opened up for you. And so, like with I hadn't got a chance to see Adidas, but I've seen Under Armour and I've seen Puma and Nike. Well, I know for
yeah,
sure this is about making dollar. This event is about making dollar versus all the Peach Jams and the EYBL stuff that I've seen. That's more about showcasing and getting the top talent in the rooms together and having them duel it out, and then also, oh, there's my banner, and there's my banner, and there's my banner, and here's my shoes, and all that stuff.
yeah,
Here, I think it's more so about making a
yeah.
few dollars for the company, and so it's just
I agree.
I'm not
I
the
agree.
biggest fan of it right now.
You said a mouthful there, Jay. Pause. So Jay, look,
Talk to me.
you hinted a little bit about something since we talk about events and that sort of thing. You hinted a little bit about something that you had up your sleeve. And
Yeah,
I said to myself, I'm not gonna let another show go by and you just keep and not say something and tell us something about what you got going on because I'm chomping at the bit and I'm your boy and you ain't even told me. I don't know what's going on.
yeah.
Can do tell.
Well, I'm, first off, man, you getting big time at the segues. I see you. I see Stephen A. Reg.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, man, you
I'm
getting
working
great with the
on it.
segues. We
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
putting some final things in place. I met with AAA last week. I'm actually working on my venue right now. And if I can get,
Okay.
Jack Stevens Center, it's all systems go, right? I plan on announcing it for sure next week. But no,
Okay.
this will involve the state of Arkansas. No, this will involve the top
Mm,
players in the state of Arkansas. No, this will involve. I've talked to Four coaches already that have given me the
okay.
commitment that they'll be here. So this is
Okay.
something that I'm looking at as a celebration for the state of Arkansas, celebration for the talent in the state of Arkansas. This isn't just a high school event. This isn't just a boys event. And this isn't just a
Okay.
2027 class 2027 event. This will open up the gates for a lot of kids to get celebrated, a lot of kids to be a part of it, a lot of families to be affected. And then we're, man, just trying to showcase and put on for our state of Arkansas and go from there, man. Please know in due time. I can't wait to tell it to you. I can't wait to announce it
Right.
to the JayNReg pod listeners, and I can't wait to
Yeah.
announce it to the city, to the state of Arkansas.
Sounds like something really, really big, and it goes back to another thing that you've been doing for a long time, and I'm always praising you on it. I'll praise you again. You're gonna always put on for the state. You're gonna always put on
Yep.
for the city. Sounds like another one of those events that's gonna definitely put on for the state and show some love to some people that maybe need a little bit more love. You giving them an
Yeah.
opportunity to showcase themselves at a really really high level. That some things that hadn't been done in the state before, and I'm
Ridge, I hadn't
looking
been
forward to seeing
Ridge,
all of that going down.
Ridge, I hadn't been excited about the event since um jamming for jerseys when we first started. You know what I'm saying? This
Right,
is that type of event. I'm prayerful that the state will take hold to it and love on it, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like I said, man, everything that I do is gonna try to include, some college coaches because that's what these kids are and these kids are wanting. And so, man,
right.
yeah, I'm prayerful that, it takes off like I think it will. I think we got something. I'm looking forward to, putting it out there.
And one thing about the state, and one thing about Arkansas that people sleep on is the talent that we have. We have to
Yep.
go above and beyond to show the talent that we have. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we we segued and we talked a little bit about Archie and Nasir playing one on one. And again, we had our opinions on that particular situation on how people were were showing love or not showing love to Archie because of
Hmm.
the outcome of that particular situation. But it looks like Archie's bounced back, playing in the TBT and showing these folks what he's about. What he's about. He just
Yeah.
hit a game winner the other night, and they team moved on, and I think they'll play tomorrow. Moving on to the next round in the TBT, and TBT is a really really nice event that I really like watching. I really like tuning into that event. They got that Elam ending thing going on, and I really think some other entities, in sports and that sort of thing, maybe some high school stuff should put on some events and have that Elam ending type deal because it makes the game really, really exciting in the fourth quarter.
Rich, man, he an absolute
Yeah,
dog. Man, don't get it twisted.
yeah,
And I know they had to feel good, because you could see him roaring. You could see him. Archie ain't the most animated guy. He's more chill. He's more quiet. That meant something to him, man. And so, Rich, another thing I saw was like, damn, man, he had to go out of state to get the love. He had to go out of state to get those
yeah,
those hugs. He had to go out of state to get those chest bumps and stuff like that. And so, while
yeah.
I'm happy for it, I don't want the divide, right, between state and its kids, the state and its talent.
Right.
Because if we got to go elsewhere to go get the love, then you got people that are just getting up out of here. It's like the small town city, that you raised up these stars, and they're as soon as they get of age, guess
Mm-hmm.
what they do? They go to the big city. It's the same thing. This
Yeah.
state, where if we don't show the love, if we don't provide a culture that cultivates that love, and then now they can give back to the next community, right? Guess what? They're gonna go somewhere else. Like Archie has two
That's
kids, two
right.
boys, if I'm not mistaken. One of them is going to
Mm-hmm.
be, and I hope both of them, whatever they want to be, whether they want to be players or not. But how do you get pros?
Right.
You procreate with pros, right? They have something. It's
That's right.
something that they have, whether it be size, length, mental game, mental mentality that separates them from the regular average Joes. And so when you start to see
Yeah.
pros procreate, you know, and his kids now they might be in Kentucky now, right? So those are kids that could have been
Those kids.
Arkansas
Those kids
kids.
get a head start.
Yeah, yeah. So now, and again, man, I don't want to go too far into it, but now you start to get these people that are leaving out of these small places like Arkansas and taking their talents elsewhere, and then
Yeah.
now we don't get to reap the benefits of it. You want your people to come back and at least have roots here,
Yeah.
right? And so now their legacy lives on, but if they can't get the love here, I don't blame them for saying I'm out.
Well, I like to see it, man. I watched the whole game. I mean, I literally watched the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, he operated out of that pick and roll. He made some big plays. Another guy by the name of Morcell made some big plays. And when it came time to winning time, the ball was in his hands. He made a mid range jumper. Got a couple steals, laid it up, and then when the game was on the line, again, like
Yeah,
Elam ending, they got that final score that you got to get to. When the game was on the line, the ball was in his hands.
man, get up
The
out of
ball was
here.
in his hands,
And it's
yeah, get up out
showtime.
of here.
Get up out of here. Willie Collins now with a great screen out the pick and roll. Archie rise
There you
up,
go.
bam, everybody go home. Man, it's easy. It's
Yeah,
simple and
go
plain.
home.
Put the ball in your best player's hands. Man, good night.
And those are some. I mean, like I said, that DeVille team had damn, I just lost my train of
Not
thought on the
enough.
guy
Not they
for
didn't have
DeVille.
enough. Yeah, they didn't have enough. And I
They
promise
didn't
you
have
this.
enough. They
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
enough.
I promise you this. The Nas cat. No, it is what it is. He couldn't come to this particular
Yeah,
league and put on like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think sometimes we get caught up in what's
no,
hot today.
no.
Get caught up in what's hot today, and yeah, that's a fly by night. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, he might be here today, gone
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah,
You know, I love Dev. Dev with 10,000 hours, the cat that's kind of running that one-on-one space right now, in terms of the marketing promotion.
yeah.
I love Deb,
Right.
love his editing and stuff like that. But I don't know how long this stuff lasts.
Shout out to Archie. Shout out to Archie.
Exactly, exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Local in the town this weekend, Jay, they got the Who Run It thing going on in Jack Stevens this weekend. I heard you say something about Jack Stevens and the event that you're going to have. This will be the second year in a row that shout out to Shakila Hill and
Yep.
her team for putting on the Who Run It event. And it sounds like it's bigger and better this year. Like I said, they're gonna do some big things over there. I think they're gonna have like a little one-on-one contest on at that particular deal as well. And a lot of those alumni teams getting an opportunity, man, so much talent. I'm gonna find a way to get out there today just to support, just to get an opportunity to see some ball. I'm not gonna referee anything. I get an opportunity sometimes where I just want to get down, find me a seat, find me some popcorn and a soda, and just watch some basketball, man.
Yeah. Hey man, shout out to her and putting this event on, man.
Yeah,
I'm big on showing appreciation and love to anybody doing anything, man. Putting the idea and put it in play, being willing to pass or fail, right? And so with her being able
right.
to put it on, of course, the first year having the hiccups, with security and all that stuff, but then also to
Yeah,
dust yourself off and come back the next year and it still be good because
right.
when you heard it and when you kind of felt the energy of it, you was like, oh. That's something. That's something
That's
that could be
something.
that's something that could be good. And so you start to see the resurgence of people, the former players, the former college, former high school players around here who are getting into their normal everyday lives, being fathers and taking care of families and working. And now you get a chance to get back into it. You could tell a lot of those guys were yearning for those opportunities to get back in front of crowds, get back in front of, because
Right.
they're performers, they're entertainment, they're people that we've cherished and loved for a number of years, and just because
Mm-hmm.
their career is over doesn't mean that goes away. And so you give them an opportunity to get back in front of everybody. You get a chance for people to give back and showing love to their school, their era, back the night class of 1999, or just all that type stuff. And then now you get the former pros coming back. Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
it's a great idea. I wish her nothing but the best. I'm praying for, because if I was in town, it just so happens that the last couple years I hadn't been in town for it. But if I was in town, man, you got to
Right.
promise out in there, just to show love, just to show
Right.
support, man. I think Little Rock and the people that are people within the culture need to be there, right? They need to be there just to show
That's
love,
correct.
and then also just to make sure you show face.
Absolutely. And she does a lot of things for the kids as well. She has some kids type promotions and that sort of thing. And
Hmm.
she's doing something this year that's really, really big. Is that it sounds like that the Hall High, our alma mater, will be getting their rings and stuff at sometime during the day today between that Hall and Parkview game that
That's
they're
fly.
playing today. Actually, Hall and
That's
Parkview are
super
playing
fly.
today. That's big. That's big.
That's super fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
super fly.
Moses has got something going on. Moses got something going on in the city as well. Moses Moody, motivated one. I mean, he's gonna have some pros in the city.
Man, he got Steph in the town.
You Steph in the city, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got Steph in town. Hey,
Wow,
man,
wow. You out there in Orlando, man. There's some big stuff going on in the Rock, baby.
that's again, and then to come here and spend $100 for 3 games, it really kind of piss you off. But like, man, Moses and them family, man, I would love to been there. That's
Yeah,
my baby
yeah,
boy's favorite player, Steph Curry. So, had it worked out, we were
yeah,
gonna possibly be able to meet Steph and all that type stuff, man. But responsibilities, trump everything, which is my kid and him playing his
that's right.
last games, man. But nah, man, I hope that the city show up and show out. Now, what I mean by show out is show that genuine love that we have when
Show
we want to
love.
show love, right? And not show out in terms of just the BS, right? This is people always talking about what we don't have in Little Rock or what we don't have in Central Arkansas. Well, these are some of the things that people are bringing to the forefront. And so, how we continue
Yeah,
that is by just loving on it, man. You know what I'm saying? You seeing something arguments ticking up, man. Try to get it deaded out before it becomes a fight or before it becomes something else. And
yeah,
that's a black eye on that event when all we want to do is just celebrate our people. Moses got Steph here. He's bringing a lot of love, a lot of cameras to the city of Little Rock, to the state of Arkansas. And then also too, I know Mo for real, man, he's doing a lot of great stuff with his foundation. And as he continues to grow that thing up, these are some of the things that continues to add length to it, depth to it. So now he can affect more people in the future.
and this is another example of a young man that was born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Yep.
Uh, you know, was I remember when he couldn't dribble and chew gum at the same time at Penny Boys Club, and here you
Yep.
are, you looking at him. He's a grown man, and he's putting not only putting on for the city, but bringing something back to the city for the youth. You know, when he can, you know what I'm saying, when he looked back when he was a youth, and he's bringing something back to the city that has never been done. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
On this level, in my opinion, you got a four-time NBA champion, 3 or 4-time NBA champion. I forget. They got so
Four.
many of them over there
Four.
in Golden State.
Yep.
4-time champion in Steph Curry. You bringing somebody home that has been a teammate of him as of his for a while, and getting these kids an opportunity to see something at that level. It's got to be big for the young people to get involved in that. Got to be
Yeah.
big.
And Reg, we take the kids, hell, the adults too. Like I want to see Steph. I ain't never met Steph. So I was looking
Right,
forward to that. Like I got a chance to
right,
to meet Rich and man, we played some spades and all that
yeah,
stuff through the Moses Moody deal, his event, right? So
yeah,
man, that it's we say kids because that's what I think that's palatable, but man, I think everybody wants to be a part of something like that. Everybody wants to be a part of who run it and see, our former athletes or our people that we've looked up to or we've idolized still be able to do it and have the fun and and those moments that we get a chance to spend together. So yeah, what I hope for the most is for quality events. I pray that everybody's safe. I pray that it continues to grow, and hopefully it influences somebody else to come up with the next event, the next thing. And so now we look up and we got so many things going on in the state of Arkansas.
you being so humble and modest because it sounds like you got that next event that you just chomping at the bit to be able to
Yeah.
announce. Sounds like you got something big.
Man, yeah, man. I'm looking forward to
Sounds
it.
like
I'm
you
looking
got
forward to
something
it, brother. I'm
big.
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Nah, man, and I'll
I'm
be the first to get I'll be the first to give props to where the props are due. The interview with Nigel, what I'm saying? He made some
mhm.
comments that made me look in the mirror and say, "Nah, you are." You know what I'm saying? And so it's
Yeah,
it's it's time now. Especially with the kid going off to Lincoln, Nebraska. He's fine now. So now I can get back to doing some stuff and working for myself, not working for him as much.
right. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? It's enough space for everybody. You got
Yeah.
a dynamic idea that you feel like can get off the ground, and it's just, I mean, just like this who run it thing that Shakala and her group are doing. You know, she started at Hall High School. She had a vision. She had something that she felt like she wanted to do for the community, and she's done it, and she's doing it at an extremely high level. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's just snowball and become something huge for the
Hmm.
state that, you know what I'm saying, the people in this state, basketball players, basketball communities look forward to doing every summer. It's a really, really
Hmm.
big deal. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
So shout out to Shakala. Shout out to Shakala.
Shout out. Yeah. Best of luck. If I can help with anything, please let me know. If I need to
Yeah.
be on committee or just anything I can help out with, I'm all for it. But know that you got some great energy and people praying for you over here.
No doubt. No doubt. So, Jay, we always got to talk these hog hoops, even though it's
Of course.
SEC media days.
Of course. Look at your gear. Of course, we're gonna talk about the Hogs. Of course. It wouldn't be
We
Jay and
got to
Reg if we
talk
didn't talk
about the
about the
hogs.
Hogs.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. Now,
Whoop it.
and I will say this, and I will say this here. The basketball program the last couple of seasons has kind of, and not in a negative way, kind of overshadowed the football program. I mean, they did have SEC media days this week, and Coach Ryan Silverfield got an opportunity to address the media and talk about what's going on as far as the football program and the upcoming season and its expectations and that sort of thing. But when you got somebody like Coach John Calipari at the helm for our basketball program, it's gonna always just be what it is. It's gonna be
It becomes
what it
basketball
is. He's
school.
gonna always
it's a basketball school.
It becomes a basketball school, and he's gonna always keep that program in the limelight. And they're in the process of getting ready to go on a tour of the Bahamas. It's gonna take the whole team. Got a full roster that I got an opportunity to look at this week, Jay. And when I tell you, I am super excited about the roster. I'm super excited about the roster makeup because this will be the first time since Cal has been on the hill that he has this deep of a roster from 1 to, I'm going to say, at least 10 guys that he can put on the floor.
12.
And it's not just yeah. So deep roster, man. Deep roster. And looking forward to some really, really good things. I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the way and the capabilities of getting an opportunity to maybe see them play in this Bahamas deal. If they got something out there as far as subscription is concerned, I'm doing some research because I do want to see it. I do want to see what it looks like.
They're gonna have something. Something's gonna be able to shake to see them play. My question to you is, how does this all work, man? How does this, I use the terminology of it being like chess. I use the terminology of things having to fit. Like, how does that fit? How does what we have, because it's a lot of alphas, and like you say, it's only one ball. Pause.
Yeah. I think it fits like this, Jay. I think this team will be when I say a excellent, almost extraordinary defensive team, to where they're just going to strangle people defensively and then figure out a way to win games late. You know what I'm saying? Utilizing their talent from a Jordan Smith Jr. or Jeremiah Wilkerson making a big bucket, or Billy Richmond doing something big, or Mika Mirin and so forth and so on. I think they're going to hang their hats on defense based upon the strength, the physicality, and the athleticism they have with this roster, and that's what they're going to hang their hat on. I think that's what they're going to hang their hat on. And I saw a tweet this week that just gave me goosebumps from Coach Cal. That he basically was just letting these folks know, look, I'm looking for dogs. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for dogs. I'm looking for somebody that's going to take somebody's lunch money and not get their lunch money took. You know what I'm saying? So that's what matter of fact, I got the clip. I'm going to go ahead and show this clip, Jay, courtesy of the men's basketball Twitter page. I'm going to go ahead and show this clip.
You're not a dog on this team. Oh, you won't play. I feel bad for you. No one got promised anything. I'm playing the dog because if I put a bunch of dogs out there, we're not losing. You take what you want. This will be the rest of your basketball life. And you're either taking it or they're taking it from you. You're taking their lunch money, or they're telling you, shut up and give me your lunch money. And then you give it to them. Or you fight. And when we do it to each other every day, I'm telling you, they're going to watch you play, and that's how you're going to be evaluated. And if you are a dog and you impact the game, you're in good shape. And every one of you impact the game in different ways. Hey, family, 1, 2, 3, family.
I think he said it. He said every one of you impact the game in different ways. That 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 gave me goosebumps when I saw that the first time, Jay. I had to keep running it
Yeah.
back.
Now, I'll be honest. My favorite my favorite coach, college coach of all time is John Calipari, right? You know,
Okay.
that type
Wow.
stuff that does a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because he's talking directly to it. My number one line that he said in there, Reg, was, I didn't make any promises to anybody. That means ain't no assigned seats. Ain't no
No.
assigned seats, right? You're gonna go earn it, right? You're gonna go earn your
Yeah.
seat. And so that's one of those things where you got to be wrapped tight. You know, you go into a program, and in any program, like people think like just because you go to this program or that program, if they're high level, you don't go in there with, "Oh, man, he gonna start, or he gonna do this, he gonna do that." Man, nah, people are trying to
Right.
keep their jobs, right? You can
Yeah.
get your seat taken, you can get your lunch money took. And so that was the thing that stood out to me the most in that was, that spoke to my character is, man, ain't no promise, ain't no promises.
Right.
So 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, man, you got to come in here and figure it out. And so if you don't have your shit wrapped tight and Johnny coming over here trying to take something,
Yeah.
Johnny take your lunch money. You know what
He
I'm
gonna
saying?
take it. He gonna take your
Yeah.
lunch money. You gonna give it to him. Here go my lunch money. Just
Yeah,
just
here,
go ahead
here,
and
man.
take
You need anything else?
it.
You need anything
You
else? I'm
need anything
I'm sorry,
You need
sir. Yeah. But
you
Reg,
need a
nah, man.
soda with that?
Yeah, I'm concerned about some guys, in terms of their fit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned
Yeah.
about how that plays out, long term. Because one thing about Cal, he gonna have it again next year.
Yeah.
He gonna
Yeah.
have it again the next year after that. Like so, I want to make I hope that people find ways to figure the thing out, right? Because if you don't, what happens over years? Talk about the Carter Knox situation. You're gonna get a replacement, you know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be, some man, I need to go somewhere else. So I like this team. I'm interested to see who's going to do the facilitating, who's going to make other guys better, right?
Right.
We don't have Darius Acuff. I don't think he can just go the person that can just go out and just get bucket after bucket after bucket. I think we were
Right.
spoiled by that last year. I don't think Jordan Smith Jr. is that. Now, I think he's good in another way, but I don't think he's
Yeah.
good in that type of way. In my opinion, I could be surprised. And I don't see that on the roster. I think we got some guys that got get buckets or whatever. I think Mika is amazing. Um, I'm fine on the whole dog thing because I think they're just gonna
Yeah.
punk guys. I think that's what they're gonna
Yeah.
do is they're just gonna beat people up. But
I
my
think so
thing
too.
is when you get to those Sweet 16s, Elite Eights, Final Fours, you ain't punking nobody, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
as
No
good
doubt.
as
No
you.
doubt.
We're
Yeah.
just we're older than you, right? And then now it's about execution, and then also making guys better. And that's the part that gets me a lot of times with Cal teams is once the punking stop working, because you can punk a
Yeah.
lot of people, but
Yeah.
there's always going to be somebody that's a little tougher than you. And when you meet that team, like say you meet Michigan, you ain't punking Michigan. You know what I'm saying? You ain't punking Baylor if they're at their top like they can be. And so now it's about execution. Do you have guys that fit that can make each other better? And so that's the part I'm interested to see is what's going to happen. I wish them the best of luck.
Still a young team too. I think people
Yeah,
forget the fact that I mean you're still talking about 8 freshmen.
18
I
year
mean you
olds.
brought in
Yeah, yeah,
eight freshmen. So you're
yeah,
talking about a really young team, probably one of the youngest teams. Even though you're gonna have a Billy Richmond come back, you'll have a junior in Cooper Bowser. You'll have, depending on his health, you'll have a second year player in Isaiah Seeley. But for the most part, you're talking about 8 freshmen that were
yeah.
going to be in your top, you know what I'm saying, in your top 10, you know what I'm saying, in your top 11 as far as your roster, guys
And you
that you're going
haven't
to
seen
need to
them.
contribute.
Yeah. And the thing is, you haven't seen them play. You don't know what they are when the
Yeah.
lights come on. You don't know what it is when you hadn't touched the ball in 5, 6 possessions because let's be honest, everybody came from a place where they were the guy. So they got
They were the
as
guy.
many shots as they wanted. They got the looks were all fine tuned for them. Guys were stronger than people. They could just beat people up and push people around. Now you're in the SEC, right? And now you got to make
Yeah.
all that mesh, right? I'm a big fan of, I might not have the best point guard, the best two guard, and the best three guard. I need guys to be able to mix and match, to be able to do some
Yeah,
different things, like, you know what I'm saying? So, best of luck to them. They again, like I said, I wish them the best up until when they playing against, the Big Red Machine, in Lincoln,
right,
Nebraska.
right, right,
Go
right,
go
right.
Big
Maybe,
Red.
maybe,
Go
maybe they'll
Big
meet in the
Red.
Sweet 16 or something. Maybe they'll meet in the Sweet
I'll
16 or
be
something.
there.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
there.
no doubt. Yeah, I'll say
And
this
they
here.
and they,
I
and they,
mean,
and they better be able to close out because they getting shots up.
yeah, yeah, no
They
doubt.
getting shots up, Ridge. Oh, they getting
No,
shots
no
up.
doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. Because I liken Coach Cal as being a wizard and a mastery of getting guys to buy in
To buy
to
in.
the
Yeah, that's right.
system.
Hmm.
Because you're talking about a Devin Booker who's a perennial All Star was a six man on his team. You're talking about a Shea Gilgeous Alexander that's an MVP in the NBA that was I mean, he had a role on his team
Yeah.
when he was at Kentucky. I mean, even this past season, uh, uh, the Malik Thomas's parents, mom, and had reached out to Coach Cal and just said that she was amazed that she never thought that he was going to be able to get Malik and Darius Acuff to play together. They just
On the
didn't
same
see it as
page. Yeah.
being
Yeah. I
on the
didn't.
same page. And
I didn't. I said it on
the
here.
amazing fact, you said it on here. You said it on here.
Yep.
You just didn't see how that particular deal would mesh with one another. And it was a mastery thing that he was able to get those guys to kind of figure it out, and it worked out for both of them. So
Yeah.
with this particular roster, um, he has talent at the guard position. I mean, when I say talent, I'm talking about uber talent, like first round, number one pick, top five lottery type talent at the guard position and at the power forward position. So that's where
Yeah.
everything is going, in my opinion, is going to go through Jordan Smith Jr. and Mika Mirinen, two
Yeah.
freshmen, two bona fide top 10 type talents. And how they go is how this team goes, along with a Billy Richmond the third being that that anchor, that veteran presence, so forth and so on, and then everybody else just kind of falling in line
Who leads us in
and making
scoring?
that team go.
Who leads the Razorbacks in
Uh,
scoring?
I think it's Jordan Smith Jr. because he'll have the ball, and then he'll play off the ball, and he has different ways that he can score. I see him being anywhere from a 15 to a 19 point per game score.
Yeah. I think it's the kid that's from Georgia. What's his name? Wilkinson?
Isaiah Wilkerson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he has a chance. I think if it's not him, I think it'll be George Smith Jr.
yeah,
But I expect double figures from Mika, double figures from Billy Richmond.
yeah.
And so yeah.
And I mean, I see it from the Wilkerson because here's the thing about it: he'll have opportunities where he'll get an opportunity to just do a lot of ISO stuff based upon some of the gravity from some of those other guys, and he's a talented
Gravity.
enough scorer.
Where you get that term from? Oh,
I stole your
gravity.
term. I stole your
Yeah.
term.
You ready to fight me off of
I
that?
stole your term.
Gravity, bro.
uh, so your Mikas and your Jordan Smith Jr. is going to be your gravity guys, and it'll
Yeah.
give a guy like a Isaiah Wilkerson an opportunity to just operate solo on an island, and he's that type of player where he can go get some buckets. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He might be your leading scorer, but I just feel like the opportunities to score will lie in the hands of Jordan Smith Jr. And he's capable of doing some things downhill, mid range. He can knock down an open shot. He can post this guy up. I mean, he's strong enough,
Yeah.
even though he's 6'2", he can post this guy up. He's gonna be posting some guards up. They're gonna be running a lot of stuff where he's literally gonna be on the block posting some guy up
Which
and get a
as
foul,
a
like
guard,
Coach Cal says, get a foul or a bucket.
yeah, as a guard, man, you love that. Be able to play in the post,
Yeah,
be able to get those FGAs inside of the paint, getting to free throw line, stuff like that, man. So yeah, no, I'm with that. I also will say this: watch out for Abdul
yeah,
Toure. Watch out for him.
yeah,
Watch out.
yeah,
Watch out for him. Watch out for him.
yeah,
He could. mess around, step in that starting 2 position.
I was just gonna say, is he one of those ones that's gonna mess around and find a way to crack that starting lineup when he, I mean, and play a small ball
It
forward
depends
with
on
the,
Wilkinson.
yeah,
It
that's
depends
real.
on Wilkinson. If he comes in, because I don't like that. I don't like him and Jordan Smith in terms of size. I think that's a
Yeah,
small backcourt for the
yeah,
SEC. But if Toure comes in and plays and gets past some of that freshman stuff,
yeah.
yeah, because you can
It
always
can be
use
scary.
Wilkinson you can always use him as an off the bench scorer, right? You can always use
Yes.
him like they used Malik Thomas early in the season last year. Bring him off the bench, let him come in and just do his thing,
Yeah, that's real.
right?
That's real. And
So
Cal is again, he's a wizard. He's a master of figuring all of that stuff out. He's a
yeah,
master in figuring all that stuff out and having those guys ready when it comes time for a tournament, so forth and so on.
yeah,
And looks like he's gonna get a head start with this Bahamas trip. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing that and seeing how that goes, seeing what that looks like, seeing what the mixture looks like. It looks like he's gonna have the full roster, even
mhm,
Davion Thompson and Caleb Arrigo and Mapir Maker, which I think he's a more of a 2-3 year project type player. Although he's has some size and some talent, all of those guys will get an opportunity to show what they're worth during this particular trip before
yeah,
before they start that fall semester. Should be big.
yeah.
Should be big for the program. Should be big for those young people. You know what I'm saying?
Good stuff, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. Going back again, man. Shout out to Bron. Shout out to Philly.
Yeah.
Man, I was just talking to the family about, man. I think I need to get up there and go see a game or two, or definitely kind of pilot something with going up there to see Jacob, whether they play up northeast and seeing Bron at the
Right.
same time, man. But yeah, no, that has to
Making
happen,
a
man.
trip like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking the
yeah,
same thing. Philly, Dallas, Philly, Memphis, Philly, Sacramento, that sort of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And try to work it out to where I'm definitely gonna have to see LeBron in that Philly uniform, and may have to go on and just get me a LeBron jersey, a Philly jersey. That's gonna be one of them things that you don't wear, and you put it into you put it in a frame and frame it
And your
and put it in
collectibles, yeah,
especially if they
yeah,
win a
yeah.
championship.
Your man cave, yeah, that's real,
Yeah,
that's real.
put it in the
Well,
man
Reg,
cave, especially if
man,
they win a championship.
man, it was great to get on here. Man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. As y'all see,
Absolutely.
we're fulfilling our promise of having more shows, doing different
Yes.
things like that, man. So y'all do y'all part, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Making sure y'all showing love back. Again, support things that are going on in this state. Because I think that leads to more things going on in this state. Whether you like or dislike, then you have options versus nothing's going on because we don't support stuff. So we again ask you to
Right.
like, follow, subscribe, right? Go out this weekend to see the Who Run It event. Get out there to show
Show them
Moses
some
some
love.
love and what they got going on. And even if you can't, post something positive about it, right? So
Absolutely.
that they feel the love and they continue to see the benefit of it coming back to the city. And don't be
That's
acting a
what's up,
damn
Jason.
fool at the events either.
Right. 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 Show some love to the city, show some love to the state. With that, we're gonna
Yeah,
sign off. Jason, you take care of the fam down there in Orlando. Tell everybody I say what's happening, and it's love.
we'll do. Peace. Hondo.